Hello, Flosstube. My name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, and this is my Flosstube update number 167. Happy Father's Day almost, tomorrow, Sunday. For those of you doing something for your dad, we're going out to eat. And so yeah, I have a few things for my dad for Father's Day. This is a channel about cross stitch. For those of you who might not know, have stumbled onto it. Hope you will subscribe, like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get all the updates that I do. So, like I said, this is a channel about cross stitch, so let's get to it. Earlier today, when my sisters and I were recording our sticks and strings video, which will be out tomorrow, I usually work on something, for while we're doing that. So I chose Easter preparation. I've talked about this chart. So what I did, sorry about my hands are yucky. I had done, I don't know if I showed this before, but I had done this red banner and this red banner, and I started on this egg. The other letters are still white. I haven't done the colored banners yet, but then I started on this egg, because it's the same. I was using this red thread, so it's the same color, and it's nearby, so I didn't have to count too far. So this is the Twin Peak Primatives. I always put the S in the wrong place. Twin Peak Primatives chart. So I think it was new this spring, March. The March Expo. I saw it featured there and went and tracked it down. And so this is I'm working on this egg here. Yeah. So, and this is all pretty much just fill in here. I think there's another row right here of, every other stitching here. And the rest of these rows are just fill in. And that egg will be done. And so the reason I did that was because I have another finish. So as part of cross stitch camp, I made it easy on myself and chose a Blackwork Angel for my project. Again, for the project for June, it was supposed to be something that you were inspired to stitch by someone else. And I was inspired to stitch these Blackwork Angels once upon a time, a couple years ago, by Ginger Gerald. He had done a couple of them. I don't know which two he did. I don't know off the top of my head, but out of this chart. So I looked it up and started on it, and my idea at the time was that I would make ornaments, and then I got started on it, and then it languished in my whip pile. So these are the first four that I started with. I started with this one, Joy, and did these other four. And then I started on Love. It was one of my Mania whips. I did Whip Mania, so it was one of my Mania charts, and I wanted to finish it by the end of the month so that I could start on this angel for my June cross stitch camp project, and I finished it right away. in like a week. So I did this one with a trumpet, and this week I did this one with a candle. So I've done all 8 of the chart. So this is the one I finished. This week. I'm trying to show it and I can't see it at the same time. So, but yes, so I finished the one with the candle. I finished it last night. So now all 8 are done, and I do intend to cut them apart and make individual ornaments out of them. And because I have this little space here on the end of this fabric, I want to do this Prairie Schooler. This is a mini card. So this angel also says peace, but she's flying sideways, whatever. She has this little banner. And this one is different because it has blue. It's primarily blue instead of primarily black. It also has, the gold chronic, and I probably will not use, I will continue to use 3820, which is the alternative DMC. And up here, I want to do this heart all in étoile. So it's a little bit sparkly, but it's not as fussy as chronic. And, yeah, so that's my intention for the last, this last square area that I have. So, so anyway, so I may go ahead and start that this week, because I have a week and a half left of June, and my Blackwork Angels are done now. Yay! So maybe I can FFO them. I make no promises, but we'll see. So I have finished, and so now, like I said, I have that last little angel that I tracked down, and I kind of wanted to find that Starry Night booklet. I have not looked recently to see if it's available or if it's out of print or whatever. I haven't looked lately. But anyway, that's really all the stitching that I've done. I've done some other things. My sister had mentioned, my sister Naomi, my younger sister, had mentioned that her daughter, Hannah, Hannah is in Boston right now, and she's going off to Connecticut for a music thing. And but she has to be quarantined when she first gets there for a few days, and then so she'll basically be stuck there with nothing to do. And so she's telling Naomi that she kind of wanted to cross stitch something. So we jumped all over that. So my sister is sending her a little hedgehog pattern. And I'm sending her, if I can put this up, I made copies of these 2 little Priscilla's Pocket patterns, Stoneware Kitten and Stoneware Cat. Now these, when they first came, they came as kits with linen and floss and trim and stuff. So I don't have those anymore because I made them already. But I have the patterns. So I made copies of the patterns for her, and I gave her some fabric. And I went ahead and chose Ada because, to make it easier on her, because she's only done 1 or 2 patterns, I think. So, I wanted something she could use easily and not be, stressed out about or anything. And these are pretty simple patterns and small, so I think hopefully she should be able to do them rather easily. There's no no specialty stitches, no fractional stitches or anything like that, so she should be able to do that. And the fabric I gave her, it's smallish, but it should be easily manageable, So, and along with that, I don't have any of it to show you because I sent it with my sister because she's gonna try and get it sent to her this week. But so I bought her some fabric, and I bought her a small hoop, and I bought a little pack of needles, and a corner gauge, and some variegated DMC floss. It was one of the colors that I used actually on the owl that I stitched a while back, a couple of months ago. Sorry, Rachel. But anyway, my sister helped me choose the floss because she wanted something that looked like their cats, Calvin and Hobbes, so that when Hannah stitches this, it's going to be, that sort of an orange and brown color that looks more like their cats. So I bought the floss, I bought a needle threader, I bought a pair of scissors, and a little, one of those little magnetic sliding boxes for needles, and so on and so forth. So anyway, I sent all that stuff as along as a sort of a kit of things, so she can, so I kitted up those two patterns for her. And so while I was there buying stuff for Hannah, I bought some more haul. So these are that 32 count Merino Carré that Artiste Hobby Lobby has been carrying. Artiste Merino Carré. I don't know if I'm saying that right or not, but this one is Pink Splash. My sister Eve had bought some of this recently, and so I went ahead and got it. So you can see there's little pink dots on there. Mostly white, but has little dots of pink. And then this one is called Fleur. So it's sort of a brown color, and it's got these little flowers. They look like they're painted on top, But anyway, so there's, that little floral pattern. So I'm going to add these to my stash of colors that, new colors that I have that are 32 count. And I bought this embroidery card. I bought this little book several months ago, that has basically, just like basic stitches and embroidery stitches and different things. And so this is kind of along the same lines. It has different kinds of stitches, back stitches, blanket stitches, chain stitches, and so forth. So I went ahead and bought this because it has like couching stitches and various things on there. There's also use this handy ruler. Use this handy ruler to assist you in the placement of stitches. Anyway, so whether you're doing regular regular embroidery or cross stitch, I think this little guide can help with that. So I went ahead and bought that. And then also, my sisters and I were talking about, we've kind of wanted to get into these, metal stamping or resin things, and that would, there's kind of a little bit of a learning curve involved in that, but and also it's kind of, expensive to get started, because you have to have all the equipment or whatever. But they had jewelry making stuff on sale, like 50% off. So we bought this little kit, because it was like $40. It's a little $40 kit, but it was 50% off, so it's a good deal. And it comes with all this stuff. So it comes with charms and bracelets, and it comes with a little UV light, and a thing of resin, and it's got some molds and what do you call it? Little brackets with the charms or whatever, and some glitter and things like that. So I haven't read, the little instructions that go with it, but I want to learn a little bit about it. And then I also bought some things that you would put in the resin. So these are like starfish. Mini starfish bezel fillers. So you would put those, in the bezel, in the resin bezel. And then these little holographic stickers that you could also use in there. And so these are like space things, UFOs and spaceships, and then there's also, this looks like flowers and stuff like that. So like I said, I'm going to read about it, learn about it, and all that. So that was kind of the haul that I had. And then also the other day, yesterday, my sister and I were dyeing some fabric. She wanted to dye some fabric for our niece, Hannah, for the hedgehog pattern that she had. So she wanted to dye some fabric for that, as well as for some projects that she has coming up. And so, since we were getting out the dye and everything else, I went ahead and dyed some fabric. I don't have any specific patterns in mind for these, but I just did them, whatever. So I may or may not use them. I may get something else and dye it or whatever as project come up. But I went ahead and did these. So these are all 28 count Monaco Lugana, whatever you call it. So it's, that's kind of, to me, I like it a lot because it has a little bit thicker feel. And it's what I did the Blackwork Angels on. Although those are dyed, those are either coffee dyed. They might have been, I think they were coffee tea dyed or something like that. So these were dyed with Rit dye. So this is aquamarine and yellow and evening blue. I really like this one. I had used the aquamarine and a little bit of yellow on some, it's either Even Weaver linen, when for Spring Scamper, which is another pattern that I have. And so I wanted to try it on this Monaco to see how it would take the dye. And I'm really happy with this. It's very bold, I feel like, so it would probably work better with, specific different colors, whatever, but I like it a lot. And then I had this one, which is cherry red and a couple of green colors. I think apple green and dark green. So, and again, it's kind of busy. It's kind of dark, but I like that color combination. It's a little Christmassy, in some ways. Sorry about that. That's my phone. And then this one it looks a little on the purple side, but it's actually navy blue. And if you look in here, there's a crease there that I guess I didn't unfold the fabric enough, or I didn't wet it enough, or something. I didn't do something. So it left that little crease in there in the middle, but, you can kind of see it. But it looks a little bit like a Rorschach test, an ink blot test. What do you see when you see this, a spider? A bug? It looks like a bug. It looks like a ghost face right in the middle there, like, whoa, two eyes and, it was probably folded in half at some point, so yeah. But anyway, so there's this color. It's a little Halloweeny, maybe, a Halloween pattern would look good on there. I don't know. So yeah, there's that one. So I did a little bit of fabric dyeing. And then this is a short video. The other thing I wanted to bring up was stuff that we did for the Etsy shop. And there's this project bag. I talked a little bit about things in the Etsy shop for the camp themed things, and we're still working on some of those, so there'll be further updates in there. But in the meantime, there's these are going to be in the Etsy shop soon. There's this vinyl front bag with these, and these were my sister had done these. They're basically for our mother. You know, she really liked purple, and she really liked this fabric. But yeah, so there's this vinyl front bag, and there will be a little charm on there. The charm that was designated for this kind of fell apart. So the little it had a little lobster claw on it, and the lobster claw part broke. So that's another one being added to it. And anyway, this one is one of the big project bags we have. The 14 by 15, I think, is the size. Yeah, so there's this kind. It has a zipper and handles, and this purple fabric and the purple fabric is on the inside as well. Here. Yeah. And this one has a little teapot charm. Oops, I got it upside down. Sorry, hang on. There. A little teapot. And see, this one has a little lobster claw, and the one on for the vinyl front bag, the lobster claw part came apart. But we do have some other small lobster claws, so that'll be repaired soon and replaced. But so yeah, so these will be in the Etsy shop later on in the next couple of days, I guess. I'm not sure. So keep an eye out for those. And I think that's about it, because like I said, I'm gonna try to do a new start for that blue Blackwork Angel, the last blue angel. And like I said, I have a week and a half of the June cross stitch camp left. I mean, to do, and that's enough time to do that last angel and maybe even an FFO if I get energetic about it. And maybe I'll have a couple of days to keep working on Easter preparation and spring scamper, to do a little more work on those before July starts, and I have my July project picked out. Otherwise, let me think if there's anything else I wanted to talk about. I think that's about it, because that's kind of all I've been concentrating on lately, because I was, trying to make sure I got those Blackwork Angels done, and so I have that last angel left, and then it'll be July before I know it. It's hot out here in Phoenix. It's 118, something like that. This week it's anywhere from 113 to 118 the last couple of days. So, yeah, it's dangerously hot out here, and we're trying to stay in and avoid the heat. I went swimming last night at like 8 because the sun's gone down, and so it's not so brutal, and the water was still nice and warm. We don't have a heated pool. We have it's heated by the sun, and so it's kind of like you're kind of torn, because you don't, when the sun's up, the pool is nice and warm. It's, can be like bath water sometimes, but you don't want to be fried by the sun. So, you want to wait till the sun goes down a little bit, or has partially gone down, so that it's not directly on the pool. And because as it is, the sides of the little brick around the edge of the pool gets very hot. So anyway, but we went last night, like at 8 o'clock at night. It was lovely. But yeah, so it can be it can be very, very, very dangerously hot. But anyway, so I think that's about it. I'm trying to look and see if there's anything I meant to mention. I don't think so. But so I think, yeah, that's about it. So okay, so hopefully I'll have time to work on that last separate angel and get that done, and I'll see you on next Saturday to see how that goes. And I think that's it. So this is, like I said, a short video. Sorry, and but I will see you next week. All right, thanks. Bye.